Tell me.
I have a 15 minutes trek to walk every time if I don't follow a particular bus. And that particular bus only comes once in an hour. You know the bus now. You don't even use follow that bus at all. How come? There's just many options.
Yeah, that bus, it takes the longer route. For instance, to get to London Russia, for instance, it takes a longer route.
Okay.
So that's why
to go and pass some other
other
places.
like, yeah.
That bus didn't show up. I walked 20 minutes because it was cold and it was raining. Like I was just dripping. But you know that kind of rain, like actual rain, not the one that used to fall during spring last year.
Yeah, no.
And there's nothing to do. Nobody will pick you. Nobody is to stop for anybody. Yeah. I know the boss will not say, oh, even if it was raining, how does that concern me? You have to just show up. I was just walking in the rain casually, no umbrella. Well, it's my fault. I should be checking the weather this thing.
I bet the weather was just crazy yesterday. I had to also go out yesterday.
Where did you go?
To work, that stuff.
Oh, okay.
I went to one in outskirts. So so it's like the rain just crazy. Plus, I didn't know where I was going to. I've not got that area before. So it's like, I'm here. I'm telling Juma does not even understand. She said her hearing is bad on the phone, something like that. And she said I speak fast. Imagine why but she's a white person. She's telling me I speak fast.
But you do, you do speak fast. Except on this podcast.
Don't they speak fast too?
They don't. No, the thing is, regardless of race, I think there are people that just speak fast. You are one of them.
No, I get that I speak fast, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying that they too speak fast. So
they don't speak
understand.
Fast. Not all of them speak fast. Like one of my chefs now, he speaks very fast, like you. But other people, they speak normally. You speak fast. The funny thing is, when I was in the rain yesterday, I was thinking that
I'll be
just be chilling right now, like this.
I came back in the evening, sort of like I was so tired because this cough is just crazy.
Oh my God! Don't tell me it's gotten worse now.
I had to leave my heater on like throughout because I didn't even care about any bill because bro, like I can't keep myself a big.
Enjoy your life, I cannot put my heater on like this. Anyway, should we begin?
Were you at work on Wednesday?
Wednesday? No, I wasn't.
I was calling you, it was not going through.
Are you serious? And I didn't go anywhere on Wednesday.
Are you serious?
Maybe my phone was dead.
She's not available. I came to dial side.
Are you for? I not call my other housemate.
No. Does he have number?
Yes, number.
I don't know.
You get number, that person could do it.
No, but you know what I mean? Number. Like, not like doesn't have number. Like, they pick call. I don't know how to.
Okay,
so,
I know it's true, because you don't.
Besides, it might be at work. So
exactly.
That's what I was thinking.
Predictable. That wait till this guy they talk. This guy very dark man. Because I don't know why he entered the UK. He entered the UK. I think he just came for a visit or something.
Wow.
And he was just lamenting that all the people here, they cannot even come around. They just have shifts, that everybody here is depressed. And I'm like, I was just laughing at that video. Like, look at this guy. Serious? Like, they don't even feel do faji. They don't feel flex.
He's like, welcome to UK to him because nobody cares.
He said he can never leave here.
He's in Lagos.
He was saying
But was he in London?
I don't know where he was.
Because if it was in London, I think he would have been
maybe he went to the north. Maybe he went to the north. He said everybody here is just depressed. Everybody, like if anybody marry here, it's because they just had to marry. That is not for love.
What the? Like, is this serious? It's not serious.
But the thing is, Elsie, are you sure we are not just lucky, like, to have known each other, like our group, that large group of Nigerians? Are you sure we're not just lucky to have those?
Yeah, I think we are, because before you guys came, I told you now.
True. See, every man for himself.
Everyone for himself. There might be people that have like group and all those kind of things, but
also
crazy.
See where your guy, I don't want to mention her name, where she's living. Like, and it's far from.
Everybody's just living far.
It's just that I said that we just lived around each other that time. Yeah. And then you were also. I don't want to curse you. Sorry. Anyway. Welcome back to today's episode of Enny and Elsy Talk UX. I hope everyone has been fine. I hope you've been expecting us, and I hope your week went well. Since today is a Friday. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. So maybe I should ask you that. How has your week been?
Bro, my week has been shitty.
Shitty? Bro.
Yeah, but because of this flu and all that, I've just been down.
Let me just quickly shift my chair a bit. Because, bro, I don't have money
You're not serious
to treat any flu. Sorry.
You're not serious, I'm serious.
Wait, did it start this week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Was it not this week? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was this week actually. But anyway, it has been crazy. But on Wednesday, as I was telling you, I went for one organizers meetup
Mm.
with Fiona.
Oh,
So went to
wait, this
that's why
week?
yeah, Wednesday. That's why I was
Where was
calling you.
I?
That's why I was no, it's not ladies at UX. It's just
Oh, it's just like a.
organizers, meetup organizers.
Oh, okay.
So there were different um organizers present, tech organizers, sha.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me if I would be available to go with her, and I was
Oh my God.
So we went there, sha. It was really interesting. There was like I don't know if I should mention names, but
Okay.
there was one that's like Silicon Valley kind of thing, but not Silicon Valley our own.
Like,
Then
or
there
put
was
the
like
sound on it.
there
Yeah.
was machine AI kind of groups,
Mm.
AWS,
Oh
Amazon,
wow.
yeah. There's a code bar, code bar that one.
Code by
The
those.
organizers were
Yeah.
there. The organizer
Oh,
was
I
there.
feel bad. I feel so bad.
Yeah, but I was
Wait,
very.
is it like okay? Maybe it's just because it's like I've not been on Slack, like the Slack.
No, it's not for everybody actually.
She's just like
She
she
just
just said.
asked me personally if I wanted to come.
You know what
She
I
was
want to
like,
say? Okay,
mm,
let me not say. Don't worry. After the podcast.
but I was coughing a lot to even enjoy myself.
Oh God.
And when we just finished, I had to leave immediately because it was by the beach and it was in the night, so it was
So it
really
was
cold.
windy and cold.
Inside
Okay,
wasn't
that's why
that
you were near
cold,
my
but
side.
yeah, that's why I was near your side. That's why I was trying to
Okay.
call you before going there.
Oh.
But it was nice, Sha. Then yesterday, Capital had good news. My stuff is successful.
Oh my God! Oh my
Oh
my God!
So I won't tell you until I come
Oh
here.
my God! Thank you, God. Do you know what? Mercy too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I was
That's
like,
nice.
should I call Elsie? Okay, she would tell me if it has happened. Let me know.
Yeah,
Put
I had to
anything
go.
on
I was
that.
like, no, I'm not going to go.
Thank you,
It was in the night I got the mail. I'm like, okay.
Hey, so now no more
Yeah.
this
Oh,
thing.
good.
More.
It's crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So till how many years now?
2 now.
More.
Till one is 22nd of January.
So now you can start doing business.
That's what I say.
Start doing business. Start
Yeah,
doing anyhow. Can
anything I want
travel.
to do.
Do whatever you want
Wow, I'm so happy. They've not sent it. They said
Wow.
they'll send it, but I just sent her own.
to do. No, they haven't said anything.
Just the mail, right?
Yeah.
When the mail make you sleep well, just that my cough
I
kept me
swear.
up all night.
Oh, Pele. Well, I'm so happy for you now
Yeah, I'm
because
so
you've been like thinking about it.
I'm so
Pele.
happy about this. I decided to like focus on these 2 things that
Aw.
happened in my life this week instead. Yeah, so
That's nice. That's so nice.
So how's yours been?
My week,
How's
bro.
yours been?
Thing is, I don't even understand time anymore because of my shifts, like rota schedule. Like my life,
Yeah.
from the beginning of the week, I'm free. Like to the middle of the week,
Yeah.
then from the middle to the end of the week, I'm working. So it's like there's no concept of week, then Friday,
Yeah, okay,
weekend.
yeah.
I don't have that concept anymore. It has all been broken. So it's just I wake up or I check what am I doing today, and I'm just doing it. And I don't know. It's fun, Sha.
But I feel like since you get your schedule ahead of
Ahead
time,
of time, yeah.
you're able to plan your life around it somehow.
I plan my life, but it's still
It's
just
still I get because
weird,
sometimes
like-
it's like like beginning of the week you're used to being at home and then you
being
have
at
to start
school.
working.
You mean like when I used to go to class and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
But now it's just I just feel like I'm in another timeline or something. I don't even understand what I'm doing yet. But my week was fine, Sha. My week was okay. I got to spend time home, and I met with my supervisor because I'm doing my dissertation already.
Oh, how did that go?
Oh, that was very fine. That was, she kept saying how much she liked my topic and
Wow.
everything, but because unfortunately I had late submission with her last semester. I think she has already marked me, so she's giving me close marking this time. Like she has marked me, like she's marking me.
Yeah.
She's looking at me. Her eyes are on me.
Are you sure? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's looking at me. So I'm trying to just meet up with her time. And I have problem with timekeeping, and I'm very sorry to everybody in my life. I'm always late, and it's not good. It's a very bad thing.
African
I
time.
don't know. No, it's not. This one is like village people. I don't really understand.
This village people.
I don't get it. It's just so wrong. And
I think
hope
it's this
can-
weather.
The weather. You want to blame everything on the weather.
It's not like blaming everything on the weather. It's the weather, bro.
Why?
Like, okay, personally for me, like in the night I'm not sleeping well. Then in the morning I want to sleep, and now you have to wake up
You
in the
and me
morning.
both.
So
I
I
told you that
feel
I've not been awake before this time in like weeks. I told you it's hard to believe, but I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe we're not morning people. I don't know
yeah,
because I can stay. I don't know when it's like
yeah.
midnight like this.
You know what? Be
I'll
feeling
just get this
sleepy. What the hell
idea.
is that?
I'll just yeah, carry your mark. I'll start
But
typing,
why?
typing. I guess maybe that's just how we. I don't know. There are
No,
people
I'm
like
trying
that.
to like
I don't know
change it or something like that because of you have to if I have to go to work and all those kind of things.
exactly,
How will I do? But
exactly.
even like last night, I was awake around 1.
I slept by 2 a.m. Maybe
Can
even
you
two
imagine?
thirty.
I was like, I have to wake up early this morning. How am I going to be
How am
awake
I
by?
going to do,
I have to
bro?
just like, oh yeah,
The kind of I
switch
used
off
the
the lights.
podcast to wake myself up this morning. Like I was just
Uh,
listening to the podcast and I
okay.
was like, okay. I was not, that's why my eyes now everything just woke up. So maybe you
Uh,
can try using podcasts to wake up in the morning, but it's not easy. I don't know, but there should be people like that in the world that maybe their time is in the nights and so people their time is in the morning. But
yeah, but
the
we'll have
way the
to.
world works, nobody cares about your preferences,
We're gonna ask
basically.
you to be coming to work in the night.
No, the thing is, I'm even spoiled. The job I had, the only design job I had,
Mm.
the boss understood that I wasn't really a morning person. I don't know how he clocked, but he understood.
Yeah.
So he would just be saying, okay, when you are ready, let me know when you're ready for a stand up. What they used to call that thing
Mm.
where you are just
Yeah.
talking about, yeah. So it used to be later in the morning. It
Okay.
wasn't like ever strict that by 8 everybody.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. So I'm spoiled now. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So, what are we doing today? We've talked, we've wanged and chunked. What are we now talking about
We
today?
wanked and shocked.
Wanged. I did not say the other word. I said wanged. Wanged and chunked. They are two different words. They are two different words, my G. So, Sha, we want to continue like from where we stopped. We want to like have this culture of continuity. So it's not like it's breaking like from the last episode. So
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we talked about like UX research
Mm-hmm.
as a whole last week. So now we want to talk about the recent trends that we have and the current techniques that people are actually doing, like teams and like big should I say fang? I don't know. The big
Mm-hmm.
guys. I don't know if that's what I would say because I'm not in their company. I don't know what's happening, but these are the recent trends that we've picked up from our research online. And yeah, the point of doing this is to keep up with trends. It's always important to keep up with trends. If someone says, "Oh, this is the process that I've learned and is working for me," and you don't like put your ear out to listen to the streets and see, okay, what are people actually doing? I think that person is not smart, is not wise. You have to always like know what's new. You have to always stay updated and everything. So that's why we want to talk about the trends in UX research. I mean, before we talk about trends, we have to know what's the traditional stuff, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
what's the normal stuff that we
Yeah.
do. So yeah, we can. That's the normal things that we know that we were taught.
Yeah.
So we have usability testing. Not that usability testing is no longer happening, but like the traditional method of usability testing. So it includes observational studies and quantitative testing. So the observational studies are the qualitative ones, right? The ones where your data set is people's words, people's like reactions, people's feedback, like in words. The quantitative ones are the ones where it's like numerical, where you are calculating something against something and
No,
comparing scores.
I wanted to add to that. Quantitative is basically when you have a large number of data, when you can collect data in large quantity or something like that. So it's
Yeah.
like using surveys and all of that. So now that's why I see that an analysis part now comes into play where you now like analyze the data and compare and you're able to get, but it deals with more like quantity.
Large.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. And I feel like maybe that's why it didn't really work for me because there was no
There's,
lot of people to
yeah.
test. So the numbers were not very reliable every time. I don't like the quantitative method. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I
No, I
prefer the
think
observational
I know
studies.
you do, but
I
because
prefer
there is
it
like you. Well,
every
I
time.
but I think it depends on the situation. For instance, if you're in a position, if you're in a
Okay.
position like, what if you're in a place where you can get that kind of quantity of, should I say that?
Data set, that
Yeah,
sample size. I
if
mean,
you
what
can
did they
get it,
call
then
it?
you need it to pair up with the qualitative because
Yes.
then you have like a fuller or bigger picture of your
Of the
the
of the
whole research and
sentiments
everything.
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it just depends on, like, for instance, you're in school. If you
Yeah.
don't have places to send out your surveys to, like, to get your ideal users, it might seem like it's not important because, well, if you're sending out to people that don't really, should I
That don't
say,
fit the criteria
yeah,
of a
so it's just like a
participant.
waste of time at the end of the day. So
Wait, I think we need to like state one thing before we go deeper. We're talking about UX research. UX research, that's user experience research. So it's the kind of like studies that user experience designers or researchers do to understand or first identify users, understand their needs, and use the insight to guide their design decisions. So now we're talking about usability testing, which is an example of some things you can do in a research. And usability testing is what? Testing a product or a
product.
platform that has been designed. Simple as that. So Elsie and I are talking about like the quantitative methods or the qualitative methods and which is more appropriate in different scenarios. So yeah, you're very correct about the quantitative method, and I think that's why I've always had issues with it. I don't really like it, maybe because I always make mistakes in maths. I love maths, but funny enough, I'm always making mistakes. I don't know why. So observational studies, that's like cognitive walkthrough where somebody is using your app or somebody is using something that you designed, and you are kind of like observing them through it, and you are maybe you are pairing it with a think aloud approach, for example, where as they are using it, they are speaking about it like, oh, now I've just entered the whatever page and it is not very, very legible or whatever, and they are saying everything as they are going. So that's an example of an observational. There's also an heuristic evaluation where you answer, like, I think it's 10, is it 10 or 12 questions?
Then
It's 10 questions. Okay. So 10 questions. You and another UX expert, you're answering 10 questions to evaluate a certain product or a certain system to see if it is effective or if it passes. So that's the observational study in essence. There's also other ones like task severity. Task severity can be qualitative or quantitative depending on how you are doing it. And then there's, of course, the user interviews, focus group sessions, surveys. These are like the traditional stuff.
I found like
Yes.
this diagram on landscape of
Ah,
research method.
this is
It's so
perfect.
it's
This is
so
perfect.
yeah, just covers everything. And if you see there's a line between it,
There's a line. Yeah. There's like a grid.
yeah, so that's the
There's a grid, yeah.
qualitative and quantitative, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like just let me see. So there's like, yeah, this is the method placed in the middle of the quantitative qualitative axis. So yeah,
But I just like this behavioral, attitudinal, like
yeah, that's
the
how
way
it's
it's
divided.
divided. I
Yeah,
like that distinguishing
and
quality.
qualitative and
Oh, I see.
quantitative.
This is
So
really nice. Please, can you send it to me? I guess it's popular
but
among
yeah,
UX
but
guys, yeah.
the thing that maybe not to like want to go into deep into it is like we're not actually teachers.
Yeah, we're not
So we are
teachers.
just trying to
No,
like you say, we
this is
are trying
helping.
to
This is gonna
learn
help
more.
me for my project. It's going to help me
No, I'm
because
going to send it. In fact, I'm going to put it while we are still here.
okay,
We're not going to talk much about it because I'm not
we're not
trying to
teaching
teach
here.
anybody.
Sha, so those are the traditional methods that everyone uses. That's what they teach us, basically. I'm just going to go through the trends that we uncovered now in UX research. So we have the first one, we have remote methods. So from the name, it's quite obvious. It's like when you are like interviewing or testing people that are not in the same geographical location that you are. Remote research, I don't know, would you call that a trend?
Yeah, the reason I'll call it a trend is because it's became, shall I say, more trendy during the lockdown.
The pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like if you want to conduct research and you need data,
They
the
can't
best you
bring
can,
people
yeah. So yeah, the best way is to go
to do
remote.
this. Okay.
So yeah, I think it became a trend at that point. Maybe they've been using it before, but it might not be as
Widespread
as
as
it
it
is
is
now.
now.
Yeah, because of the because now it's like it's necessary. Because a
You
lot of
have
people
to.
don't even go to the office even till now. It's not just still like, you understand.
It's true.
So it's still like necessary. So it became a trend.
And even for people like us now that we're no longer like among our people and we want to like interview.
You
Maybe
know,
you
like
want to
among your
interview.
people.
You know, maybe my family is not here.
Oh,
That's my people, bro. My family are not here. What I'm saying is, like now in Nigeria, if I was doing some kind of maybe passion project in UX now,
yeah.
and I want to interview people, it's so easy for me to just
Yeah.
go. Oh, I know people from my church. Yeah, come, I want to interview you. People from school, people from friends from anywhere. But here now, I mean, I have Nigerian friends, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
Like, can't just randomly go to church now and just say I want to recruit maybe some white children or something. Like,
That's
who's even
funny.
going to give me the approval? Like, there's so much hurdles to cross here in terms of like getting people. So remote is our go-to. Now, for my project, I've already interviewed my younger brother who is in Nigeria, and I want to
So
interview my mom. Yeah, I just remember I want to interview my mom for it too. Thank you for reminding me. I'll put that down somewhere. So that's like, so yeah, so remotes is as easy as it sounds. The next thing here is like automation, artificial intelligence. Before I go deeper into it, how do you feel about AI helping with the user research process or UX research process?
I think it depends on what it's helping to do. For instance, some might be helping to come up with questions, you have to refine,
You have to.
because if you see some of the questions, you have to understand your own goal and then refine them. And then some of them also help with data analysis, which I
Yeah.
think is okay
Yeah.
because it speeds up the process.
Okay, data analysis. It's okay, but
Yeah,
do
but
you feel like there are some things that will still slip through the AI's like intelligence,
you
like
see,
in terms of context? Like,
so the way I see AI, maybe I'm generally seeing it that way. People are like, oh, we're afraid it might take over jobs and all of that. I don't really see, like, at least what we have on ground now. I don't really see that happening yet, because I feel like it's just a way of helping yourself to speed up your own work. It doesn't necessarily mean it does all the work for you. So if you can't just take what AI gives
Gives
to you and
you,
then you just be like, oh, I'm done.
but
Because
okay,
it depends. Like I said, it's not every, for instance, data analysis. You have to go through it to make sure that yes, it's covered everything, because you did the research, you knew what you were looking for. It doesn't really, even though you spoke into it and say this is what
help
I
me
did
with
and all of
this.
that, it might not give you exactly what you require. So you still need to go through that process of trying to figure out
Especially in
if
like
it's
African context now. Imagine if you interviewed people, they're saying some slangs or some, they're making reference to something that AI can never ever understand.
this is another angle. Exactly.
But the thing is, do you know why I'm asking this question now? Being like, because me, I'm afraid. You say you are not afraid.
No, I'm saying.
Based on what we have now, sorry. You say you are not afraid. But my fear is, this is my fear and my worry. Right now, especially in Nigeria or Africa, let me just say Africa as a whole. Maybe not even only Africa, outside. There's this culture of like not prioritizing extensive like proper UX research before people launch things, before people, that's like what we are trying to uncover with by doing this podcast. We're trying to see how many people are actually doing this UX design process the way they teach us in school. Oh, this is what you first do, empathize stage, define stage, idea stage. In the real world, like I'm not trying to say like I know what's happening everywhere, but in the real sense, people just go to design first and then come back to get feedback. It's like I don't know what the word is, but it's like failing fast. Like they want to let's first fail, then we'll now learn and then we'll continue. So there's no that initial stage of doing empathize, going to see people, going to talk to people is not very, very like time and money is not really like put to it that much. Me, I'm saying this from experience working as a designer in Nigeria. That's how I'm saying this thing. So now, if you have an AI that can do all these things, or you can refine, get some interview questions. Why should like an employer or like a founder, why should he spend time recruiting a human being as a UX researcher or a UX designer to facilitate this thing, or to like, initiate everything and arrange everything and, organize everything, when you can just enter ChatGPT now and, okay, I want to quickly know more about this. So yeah, let me get question. He gets the question. He takes it. Like, it's
Okay,
easier for them.
that's what you think, but let me tell you. Okay, like I understand what you're saying. Like maybe because they don't prioritize it in the first place.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what AI gives you, how do they even know what they're trying to achieve in the first place? I don't know if you understand. Like a researcher will understand what you're trying to achieve, what the goal,
Or
actual
do they
goal
get
is.
that?
That's what I'm trying to say. Because if you go to AI and just go and get questions and then go for interview, it's as good as just Kukuma design something and then just
And then
go ahead with
go
it
and
and
do
then
it.
do what you're doing. Because it's like, what's the goal of your research? Are you
True.
trying to
What
use it
are
for
your
market research? What's
objectives?
the objective? What they're going to do with what you get, or which kind of insights are you going to get from it? So in a way, it's still like researchers are still very important.
No, I'm not saying they
Because
are not
no, I get
important.
what you're saying, like from the
Okay.
perspective of the
The
employers themselves
stakeholders, the
and
people with the
stakeholders.
bag. Yeah.
So I'm trying to say, say they're still very important, and they themselves will soon discover it that probably they're using this AI to just go and do things.
They will see the gap.
It's not going to
yeah.
be like giving you what you're.
But in there, fairness, it's not. That's not the situation. I don't think that's really the situation, because with what I saw, AI is supposed to help with like participant recruitment. Participant recruitment is like when you want to do an interview now, AI can help you decide, okay, this person works, this person doesn't work. So that's the kind of thing that AI helps with. It also helps with like task automation. It helps with analysis, like you said, where you have maybe transcripts of an interview. Maybe you have like 20 interviews perhaps. Imagine trying to analyze something from 20 interviews that you have to listen to. So you can pass the transcript. This is what I imagine it will look like. I've not tried this before, but the way it is described, pass the transcript through the AI, it analyzes everything that was said, picks up on patterns, recurring themes, all the things we are trying to achieve with affinity diagrams and empathy maps and journey map, all those things. The AI is going to do that for us like immediately and bring out some insights. So that's one thing. But I don't know like if doing that alone or relying on AI for insights alone is a good idea, Sha, because of, like I said, cultural context. AI might not be able to understand some things that a cultural, maybe like a different culture that is not maybe an English culture now. I don't know how much AI can do that. So that's another thing. Then there's performance metrics and analytics. There's predictive modeling for user behavior, reporting and insight generation. We already said that. So that's another trend in UX research. Then another one which I find interesting, and I'm actually like, I feel like I want to be a part of that process. I want to see how it works, is the biometric method that involves eye tracking, facial expression analysis, even down to your skin. Maybe if your temperature goes high or something, or as you're using the product, maybe it's a website that's being tested, for example, as you're using it, the technology is able to track your emotional responses to the system. I find that very interesting, and I think I support this one like 100%, because we are emotional, or let's say we are emotional people. Human beings are emotional already. It's not like there's an emotional person and there's someone that's not emotional. We move with our emotions. So I think
they're not emotional.
You're not emotional.
I said there's someone that might not be emotional.
Depends on the word, Sha. But everybody has emotions. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know if saying everyone's emotional is correct. But this just reminds me of that woman. I don't know if you saw this video of one lady that it was her wedding day and she was getting her makeup done. A Nigerian setting. And then somebody brought flowers for her. And do you remember?
No, I don't see that. Just laughing because she said flower.
Somebody brought flowers, like a groom, obviously, brought flowers for her. Yeah, like while she was getting her makeup done. And then one of the makeup artist assistants was now staring, like, because the woman started crying. The man, like, she broke into tears. Someone posted the video online.
Oh, is it real?
It's real. I just don't know how to even find it right now. It's not a skit, bro. She was crying, like, oh, they brought flowers for me. The makeup assistant was now looking at everybody. She didn't know she was on camera, right? Like, it's like, you are the bride. And this one was there. She was not like... Like, it was so funny. It was so... I will look for it for you after the podcast.
No, but the thing is too much. We could have cried for flower too.
You won't cry for flower. You know if you cry for flower. Imagine you've been searching for this love.
What kind of nonsense love is that? Is it flower? Is it flower love?
No, it's not about the flower. Oh my God, you are not emotional. It's not about the flower. Okay. It's about the gesture. Like, on our wedding day, you cared enough to even like, I don't know. So that's what broke her like down to be crying. If you see what the makeup assistant's face was coming, she didn't have to say anything. You could already see.
I don't know this person, but I'm going to see it in my head.
I'm sorry to sound maybe classist or tribal. I'm a Yoruba girl, but like, Yoruba people, you know that kind of like, that vibe, like, that kind of, that's what her face was communicating.
God,
and I just imagine, see, I will show you after the podcast. You will laugh. I just imagine, say, biometric methods, you want to track a Nigerian person. You not give them...
It will overwork itself.
See, you go too funny.
I think because for every situation,
It's going to be too funny.
We have so many emotions for every situation.
That's what I wanted to. Yeah, we are an expressive
Oh my
race.
God.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Yeah,
say. That
that's
we're
so
very
funny.
expressive. You don't have to, like, even in American films or UK films, if they want to maybe say something, they don't have to use all their energy or all their body. They can just be subtle and just say what they want to say and it's deliver their lines. But we have this like expressiveness.
The
So
funniest part is even when we are quiet, like we're not using any word, we are still
that's
very
what I'm saying about this girl.
like
She
that.
didn't say a
That girl, you say a
word.
word, but everybody understood what she was saying. Like we heard her loud and clear.
Very
Even though
loud.
she didn't say anything.
She didn't say
So
anything, but
it's
you
interesting.
can tell. So
But I think that
yeah.
Maze comes close. Okay, say it's
Oh
not
yeah,
using.
Maze. No,
It
we've
has
used
eye
it now.
tracking.
You
You
in that
you
your
remember?
yeah.
It has eye tracking.
Oh, Maze. Okay. Let me
Yeah.
write it down. I use it for my dissertation.
You should for your usability testing.
So wait, it has eye tracking.
Mm-hmm.
How does that? Can you like walk us
Oh
through how
my
it
God.
works?
I wish I could see like
That means we have to be
what
with
it
you
means.
physically.
No.
Eh.
You know, you guys you use the maze from like I sent you my work
Are
through
you saying
me.
you saw our expressions?
Not your expressions.
Okay.
What it does is where you are looking at
Okay, because I don't remember what
exactly.
I even did that day.
Where you are looking at, I'm trying to see if I can find it, but where you are looking at exactly, it will. I don't know if I've deleted all of them.
Why will you delete it now? Are you giving up on
No, like
UX?
deleted. No, from my system. It might be on my Google Drive. I put everything on Google
okay.
Drive. So on my
Okay,
system,
sure,
I
so save
just.
space too. Let me not be acting like I'm using you have the
You're not
brand.
serious. So it shows you like what you are. Okay, let me see if this one should have it. It shows you like what you are, where some person is looking at. You understand?
Oh,
So
okay.
the places the person will be looking at very well, it shows
Wow.
it
Is
and
this
all.
Beyonce?
Don't talk about this. Sorry.
Why? Okay. I saw the name. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
But this is very cool, Sha. Wow.
Yeah, I'll show you what it is later. I'm trying to see if this is part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, this is it. So it just shows where
That's
the
heat
person
maps,
is. Yeah, that's heat map. I'm telling you, heat
Okay.
map.
Yeah, these look like it maps to see where they like frequent.
No,
Like,
this one is eye tracking. I
this
think
is eye tracking.
to see where you're looking at the most, where they're looking at the most
Okay.
when they're on the
system or the
yeah,
app.
so
Okay.
this is the place. So when you say do this, for instance, with the first place, the places that they think they should be able to work on, that's
Yeah.
where their eyes goes to.
What their natural this feels like. Oh, let's do this. This is what
so
I feel
something
like I should
that.
do.
So it has it, and I think it's cool.
That's nice. It's actually nice.
Yeah,
And is
so-
it free to use? Like
Very free to use, actually.
Okay.
Not very free, but free to use.
it's sound like accessible
Yeah.
to poor people
Yeah.
like us. Okay.
I used it now. If you're
True,
paying
sure.
money, you
It's true.
need so yeah,
Okay,
but
that's nice. That's nice. I would like to use this actually because it's like you get a lot of
yeah.
Okay. You get a lot of insights that you probably will not be able to get just from maybe a
And
user
I will
interview alone or
I will
something.
advise before you use it because that's a mistake I made.
Mm-hmm.
You should read up on, and you're already doing it. The eye tracking and what it does and how to use it.
How to farm the
yeah.
insights. Okay.
Yeah, get insight from it and all of that. That's the mistake I feel like I made while using mine because I didn't talk much about it on my. If something that would have helped. Yeah, so.
Okay. And it's so interesting because way they design like what you're designing now, you are so used to your design that you can't even imagine that this is what another person would be doing with it. So
Bro,
it's like
I was so surprised with my design because it's like a lot of things.
like you won't know.
It really
You just
shows
won't
you
know,
that you really need research, like
to be honest, and testing.
continuous testing. Yeah, that's what I'm to say. So you really need that because it's like you think that you have based on whatever you got from your research, you've done what you're supposed to do. Then you test it and it's like, I don't know what you're doing.
Guy, it's not. It's
crazy.
nice. The next one is inclusivity, and that's what. Why are you twisting your eye?
It's not like all this work inclusivity that they will put.
I swear to
All
God.
they will put big banners with black, white, everybody in their place. Then by the time you get into the company, you only see
like I don't want to mention the brand, but the people I worked with first when I entered the UK. Do you remember them? The very first brand or the very first, let me not say brand, the very first company I worked with as a casual staff that I used to go around 4 a.m. I'll be 2 a.m. rather.
Oh my God.
They have a lot of that shit
No, they do not.
on their
I
site
think there was
and
that
everything.
interview. Was it with them? No, it's not them. The other one we used to go to.
Yeah. Those ones.
But where you used to go to now, on your side, that's exactly where I went for the interview. And the way, oh God, let's not even go into that.
This is
This
funny
is
because you're
crazy.
not the only one that's having the same experience that you just said now. They are all about preaching,
They're
diversity
always
and
saying
everything. But you get there and you're the
that's why
only
if I'm
chocolates
applying
cookie.
for any job and I just see we are inclusive, whatever, I was like,
Me too.
please.
It's actually a turn off
It's
for
a
me
turn off
now.
because it's a lie.
Yeah, it just seems like you're
People that post
pandering.
it more on their jobs now, they are mostly people that are just trying to. I'm watching a movie. That movie that you are watching now.
What movie?
The series that you're
Shameless.
watching. Yeah,
Oh, you
that
started
small boy.
Shameless.
Yes, now I told you that. You're not serious. That small boy that they were
Yeah,
using
Liam.
as. Mm-mm.
Wait, I don't think they were using him as that though.
No, I mean in the school. Oh,
Oh, okay.
they'll
When
carry
did you
him.
get to that season?
I've been watching it since. I told you
Oh, I
that
thought you
I
just
just didn't
started.
think I would like it
Oh,
because
okay,
of the
okay, okay.
whole the way it is.
Yeah, exactly. Funny thing
Well,
is, I didn't even understand why they put him in the school until like 2 episodes later. I didn't really get it because it didn't make sense to me.
Even
It's not something that
you
comes.
understand why they put him now.
Yeah, because he's black. Like they wanted him
Okay,
to
yeah,
come
yeah.
there. That I say, okay, you
That's
be
why.
our black.
That's why the woman. Hey, is that looking? They told him they're going to give me like sponsorship or something like that, right? It just shows, but people that say inclusivity. That's why we were also talking about voice assistance. Siri, for instance.
Yeah.
Inclusivity. They're trying to do inclusivity, but
No,
still.
but the thing is, this is a trend. This is supposed to be a trend that they're now using in research now. So maybe it is a good thing in this
No,
context.
what I mean is, are they
Yeah.
really doing it? That's
That's
my
what
point.
we don't know.
Are they really doing? Because that's what I'm saying.
That's
Like
what we
in some of these apps,
Yeah.
you just see that they are, you think they are using it, but then if you listen to it, it's not like, or if you look at it, it's not
Okay,
really like.
this brings me to one point. For like now, I'm watching like maybe 7 different shows at the same time. So now I'm also watching Emily in Paris for the second time. So
Are you
there's this
serious?
guy. You
I never
don't.
watched it for
Why
the
do
first.
people don't watch like that
I
that
never
show?
watched it for the first time because I started watching it and I was like, please.
Are you serious?
I don't know, but maybe.
Not even
it's
for the
just-
fashion. Oh my god. But that aside. So there's this designer there. His name is Pierre Cardot. He's a like all these like how do we even explain it now? Maybe like all these big ass designer houses. He's an old man and then he has Alexa in his room. And then he was like Alexa and just casually spoke French to it and the thing to answer in French. So it's like the inclusivity is happening. It's not only like an English thing. There's different languages going on. Like but they are maybe German,
Have you
French,
tried
Spanish.
Alexa
No,
speaking French to your Alexa?
Yeah, the guy was speaking French to
That's
his
in the
Alexa.
movie now. In real life,
No,
uncle.
it will be real. It will actually be real. Let's do the research right now. But besides that, my point is, I think as a black race, and I might sound kind of like, I don't know the word for it, but I might not sound good. It might be like I'm scolding us or something, but I just feel like we need to move from that conversation where we are like pointing fingers at a white-owned business or white-owned product or white-owned app and saying you did not include us. We need to go from there to actually designing our own stuff and developing it. Because I saw this tweet, someone was talking about how it's racism that she wrote her name in a Google Doc or a Word, I don't even know, and there's still a red line on it, and every time she changes it, there's always a red line on it, and she was like, it's racism.
Add it to the dictionary.
She said after adding to dictionary, it will still be adding a red line. And I get it, it's annoying as hell, but I think at this point in history is the time where we need to actually stop complaining about stuff like this and doing our own.
The reason why people talk about stuff like this now is thanks to the internet. The world is not like a global community. So it's like if a Nigerian or if an African designs
there's
stuff.
Alexa French.
Okay. If that's nice. If just a start. If what were we thinking about it? I thought we were thinking of we're doing that stuff about and we were like there was like the Germans already have like it took them a while to get Alexa to speak
Was it that or Alisa? Alisa, Russian.
No, German. 2 years. I was saying that it took them 2 years to get.
Yeah. That's true. Okay.
Yeah, so I think I forgot
Obviously,
about that.
yeah, that's true.
So what was I saying? So yes, the world is not a global community. This kind of conversation didn't happen some years back. If you realize, like there was no conversation about inclusivity, but the way the world is moving forward, we don't want to be left behind. Yes, we should design our own thing. You're right, but at the same time, this one's already like global giants.
But
what we're saying is they should also when I say that inclusivity, they should also think of including us.
Definitely.
At least they should start somewhere. But yes, I get your point that you should try to focus on designing our own stuff. But again, if we are designing our own stuff, we should also think of including not
them
just
too.
Yeah,
obviously,
because it's like a global village now.
There's no way we can even include them because this thing that we call colonial. That's what I'm saying. I can't even think in my own mother tongue. Like, this is all only thing I know. I cannot write in my mother tongue. I can write, obviously, but
Not
I
as good
write
as
like
yeah,
articles,
writing.
and I
Yeah.
can't write like that in my mother tongue. So there's no way we can. We're already including them like already. But I'm not saying they shouldn't include, or they definitely have to. Inclusivity is what I'm pushing for. That's why we started a podcast like this now. But I'm saying when people come online and start acting like maybe it's racism, they're targeting you, they hate you. Maybe they do. I mean, I'm not going to talk any more than that.
You
But
can't speak for anyone.
yeah, but I feel like we need to stop all these like
Yeah.
things and start doing something too. Don't sit down and say, oh, they did not put me. Also in movies, you know how they're always saying the black friend is always the third friend that is not important. Like the black person there is just a friend of the actual main character. Oh yeah, start making films, and you see people like Isare, you see people like what's her name? Abbott Elementary. I don't know if you know Abbott Elementary. Who else again? Donald Glover, Tyler Perry. Can add his name too. But all these black people, they are also doing their own movies. So are you going to support their stuff, or you're just going to boycott it and go and be watching the people that you are always complaining about? Like, we need to at least come to, at one point and do our own stuff. But that was inclusivity matters. And the next one is, you want to say something?
What was about elementary?
About
What's that?
Elementary. About Elementary is a comedy series.
Because it sounds familiar, but I can't remember anything
You probably
about
know
it.
it. You probably don't remember. I've forgotten her name. The girl, the lady that maybe he wrote it or something. But they've won awards and stuff. And this guy in Everybody is Chris is there. Tyler James.
Ah, that guy.
Yeah, it's
That
funny.
that guy that I saw. No, it's so interesting.
Yeah.
No, not the way you're thinking.
What do you think I'm thinking?
No, like the guy is interesting. Like, but I'm just saying
what
that
do you
his
not
life.
think I'm
You know, the
thinking?
guy. No, I just remember. Just saying it's so interesting because I remembered one interview you had with someone. I can't remember who, and they're talking about him like people think he's gay because of the way he dresses
his
and the
aura
way he's
is
that kind of,
Yeah.
and he does have that kind of
He has
feel
the
to him.
aura. He has the aura.
But
And
I don't
he's-
think he
and
cares about.
He doesn't
I mean,
care.
I like that too about the
Yeah,
guy.
that's what me
honestly.
I was actually thinking, that
Oh, are you
he's
serious?
not insecure about maybe
Yeah, I like
having
that.
a feminine vibe or something. And it's not even a feminine vibe. He's still he's as masculine as he's
That's
feminine.
look at his
Yeah.
voice.
That is voice. That's
Let's talk
that's the
about-
best thing about. Okay,
talking
sure.
about somebody.
Let's come back. Let's circle back. Yeah, sorry. His voice is my favorite thing about him.
Yeah, it doesn't look like him.
It
I don't
doesn't look
understand,
like him. It doesn't look like
yeah.
him. See, Quinta
Oh, I remember
Brunson. Yeah, that's her
this
name.
comedy now. I remember the
Quinta
show now.
Brunson.
Yeah, I remember the show.
So
She wrote
see,
it.
yeah,
Oh.
I think she did, but I know she's like the Oga. I know she's the Oga there, Sha. She's like the CEO or something.
Created by Quinta. It's actually
created by her.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
it's
that.
mostly black. It's mostly black people there. It's like a black show. It's not like
no,
you're
I
watching
remember this show.
something with plenty white people, then there's one black person. It's not like that. It's the reverse here. And I like that.
Yeah.
So we need to do our own stuff, black people. Next thing is continuous feedback loops. Continuous feedback loops is when people are consulted throughout the entire stage of the design. Like, it's not like, oh, at specific milestones you call them, come and tell. Now people are being
So this is
consulted throughout. It's a trend. Yeah, it's supposed to be a trend.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but I don't know how that would work. Like, what does that even look like? The resources.
I think it's that thing we were talking about last episode. We were talking about the fact that the research doesn't just stop there. Like all this usability testing, for instance, testing even after the product is launched, you keep going back to it. I think something like that. So
True, Sha, true. Also, these continuous feedback loops, I feel like they would, maybe if you have UX people around you, I think that's where it would also work.
That's
Like,
really,
the UX people will be helping you kind of like think through what you're doing too. Thing is, I'm thinking like a lone designer all the time. I forget that in actual design, it's a team that
I
is
think
there.
we are both thinking differently because I'm thinking like in an office setting too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking that if you don't even have user participants in every stage of the design, you have UX experts where you can run heuristic evaluations on the design.
Yeah.
Like, even without the maybe normal people that are not designers. That's what I feel, Shabo. I don't know. It's apparently a trend. Then there's mixed methods, which is what me have been used. That's what everybody has been using in class. I don't think anybody is doing only quantitative methods and calling it a day, or qualitative methods alone and calling it a day.
Yeah.
Everybody's mixing both to get a bigger picture of everything. Then there's ethnographic studies, which involves kind of immersing yourself in the user's natural environment. My favorite. Immersing yourself in the user's natural environment to be able to understand them. Personally, I like this method a lot, like, but it might look like or feel like overkill
I think
sometimes.
because I saw something about ethnographic studies because I was like, do we use ethnographic studies in UX? I was trying to find out, and it's like diary studies. That
Diary
is
studies,
an
exactly.
ethnographic study. So when it comes to diary studies, I think it's better because you don't have to be. I don't think you have to be physically present for
No,
it.
no.
So it's okay just for people to like document whatever it is that they're doing and all those kind of things. And I think that makes it a bit different than
Do you
observing.
know one problem with that though? It's not. I won't say it's a problem, but it might be a little challenge. People might want to paint themselves to what they are not.
It's true though.
Because there was one time we were taking surveys when I was in Nigeria. We're taking surveys. They gave me the survey, pass to my friend, pass to everybody you know. Let them just fill in the surveys and stuff. People started lying about their income. And I know, you. Let me not mention names. But people started lying about, and I don't know why they are lying. Like, you don't have to. How much am I making? Even me that I gave you the survey.
What are you using it for?
It's just like the thing we were doing then, we're just like trying to have like a database that time of people. So you'll be able to know that, okay, this person earns 50K. Okay, they should be able to, or this person watches sports, so they should be able to answer this kind of, that's what they were doing. But people will start pretending like what they are not because, oh, maybe it's my friend that sent it to me now. So they might lie. Their diary study now, what did you do today? They can say, so I went to the cinema when they don't even have money for cinema.
Yeah.
That's something that I feel like might be a little challenge.
There's always that possibility with every research method, actually.
True, Sha. So you can't say because of that you cancel it. It's
And
true.
again, there's the good part of ethnographic study or whatever is like that design of someone told us in I can't remember which lecturer said that thing. Design of toothbrush, children's toothbrush. No, normally they used to design children's toothbrush is always like smaller and all of those things.
And softer.
Yeah, but somebody then I went to, I can't remember the particular brand that started it. They went to observe children in their environment. So they don't just know how they do. And they found that the way they hold their toothbrush, that smaller toothbrush does not really solve the case and all of that. So they design children's toothbrushes now in so many of these stores. I think is long. It's not
not
longer
small again.
because they found out that children you hold their toothbrush towards that place where the
bristles are.
Yeah, so it's like they don't hold it the way they were holding it, made the whole difference.
Oh, they had to watch
And
them.
they had to watch them brush, and then they found out that many of them were not holding it where they thought they would be holding it.
Oh yeah, that's true. The children's toothbrush now have this fat end.
Exactly,
where
that's the whole.
It's different from normal.
So they just talked about that's the whole. One brand started it, and then everybody just started doing the same thing. So.
Can you imagine?
That's why.
And that's
why in another way, ethnographic studies make sense. So.
Okay. Then there's other ones like having a research repository. Like we saw this last week. So a research repository where you have all the findings that you have stored in one place so that you can share the knowledge and you can always go back to it and stuff like that. It's a trend that is happening now. And I imagine that it will be a big task. Not very big, but like it's a real task because imagine having like hundreds of information, or how did I frame that? Like so much information about maybe a community or a demographic, and it's just sitting in one Google Doc now. You need someone to be able to design that repository in a way that it will be easy for a new designer or a new stakeholder or someone that doesn't know about it to understand. So it is, I think
that's
good.
one way to look at it. Another way repositories are built is when you start your research, as far as they have good documentation, it will not be as hard as that to actually have, because it's like when you do the first stage of your research and you can document it well. So you just keep adding to that from the beginning. So it's not like you're going to wait for it and to grow first. So it's just like you keep adding.
True,
whenever you're doing research, you add to it.
So you already have a framework.
Yeah, so
to be filled.
Yeah, so it doesn't get
too like overwhelming and stuff. Okay. Yeah. So that is that on the trends really. So this is what is happening nowadays. Maybe not. I don't know.
This is not
the
all.
time.
It may not be all, but
This is not all. Yeah, you don't know. Also, in places like Nigeria where they don't have like eye tracking software or something like that, I'm sure they are like improvised methods that we've not really tapped into yet that people are doing.
And also, you forgot that it's a global village, like I said. So it's like some people in Nigeria might know some of these. Like,
no, I'm not saying they don't know. I'm saying there are other methods that we might not have even heard of that they are doing because it's something that was created out of lack.
Necessity.
You know, improvisation. We are too good at that thing. You will not know how something will just take effect because there's no, good tech or something. So yeah, there was something we didn't talk about very well last episode. That was that thread that I found that they were saying what's happening in the UX market. I don't know if we
Okay.
can just briefly touch on it, but our time is already gone. We have already reached.
It is though.
It's gone. Wait, what's the time?
One of the
11:06.
things I feel like we can do also is
Mm-hmm.
if we can make out time to read out all this kind of, maybe find more
Okay.
and do as much as possible. Make that
Okay.
episode, it can be fun. It can be
Make it
something
an
like,
episode,
I
yeah.
think
But
it
it
might
has to
be.
be tied to one idea, like one topic. Because this one is about like people are getting afraid about the UX job scene or the job market. They are afraid, and it's like things are not the way we thought they were. So this is just one topic. So maybe we need to like find different topics. Then we just, I don't know.
We could just call it like, maybe like within your comment or something like that.
Okay, and
US
it's true. It
comment.
doesn't
It
have to
doesn't
be
have to
the
be something
same topic
very.
every time. True,
Mhm.
it might be boring.
It could just be something that
Because this
just,
is a very, 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 very bleak
yeah.
thread. People are sad and confused in this
And
thread.
we could like pair it up with another,
Another maybe something that
something like
is
more
lively and happier
funnier and
because
everything. Yeah. So
okay, wait, this is a good idea.
mhm,
This is a good idea.
this
Okay,
really, I think
okay.
it makes. Do you know how much £100 is now?
Guy, it's very, very sad.
It's
It's not
so
even it's not even
crazy. I
funny.
wish I had money to send someone in Nigeria now.
That's what I'm just thinking about. I wish I now had money now so that we
Yeah.
can just take advantage of people. University work for me. Student debts. No be small thing. But at the same time, I don't think like in the worst position. I was listening to one documentary on Netflix and there was US students, like US citizens that are students. This person has a student debt of like 80K.
Oh, this was
Now she don't pay 120K. She still they owe 70K because the thing keeps increasing.
yeah,
Please, which kind
interest
of
rates.
trap is that?
It's interest rates. That's what they do.
What's that?
I read one book like that. Rooster Bar. Bro.
Mm-hmm.
Rooster Bar is the book that opened my eyes to what this year student loan is all about. It's the
Bro.
worst thing ever. Some people don't even bother with paying it off.
And that's
Because
what I was saying.
if you don't get a good job,
Yeah.
you can never ever pay it off or whatever.
This is insane. This is like a
So
prison.
It's crazy, yeah.
Okay, so that's all for recent trends in the UX research space. I encourage everyone listening to explore more and stay updated. And if there's anything we missed, please you can comment on Spotify or anywhere you found this podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone.
So I guess we'll see you next time.
Bye.